I'm here to bring you up to date what's going on with me. Here we are on January 15th of 2015. On January 13th of this year, I was walking, taking my daily walk. My neighbor down the street hollered out stating that Santa Ana was going to issue a business license to the co-ops. That picked up my spirit. On January 14th, the following day, I went to the planning building in Santa Ana and picked up an application. So I have one now. Gives me something to go with and to hopefully to fill it out. But just to refresh in people's mind a little history. Back in January 13th, the same day I got notified, but this is back in 1913 of 1998. When I read the article in the newspaper, the Orange County Times, that the co-op was under fire, that the city of Garden Grove council was going to revoke the business license of this organization. Well, I showed up that night. The following night, I was arrested. The DA's investigator put his hand on my shoulder and reminded me, saying that, I hear that you're going to open a marijuana club. You're under arrest. That was my first arrest. They arrested me, but they did not strip my plants. My plants were still there in my backyard. They did not touch those. Now here we are back in January 2015. Orange County is finally catching up. Well, Santa Ana is. I live in Santa Ana. When the law passed beginning of November of '96, I went out and started looking for a building in Santa Ana. But the responses were, we were afraid of Sheriff Gates and the federal government. Those were two responses that people gave me. So now, here I am. I am back to stand up for my rights, for the organization's rights, and for everybody else's rights. That we could have a safe place. Now, I want to remind people what this was all about, the Compassion Act. This is refreshing people's minds on the court hearing of Judge Boris, my attorney, asked the undercover cops that forged a doctor's letter to get to me. He asked them what to require that Mr. Chavez required. A letter from the doctor, a recommendation under Prop 215. Has any drug dealer ever requested a letter from you to get their drugs from them? No. Has any drug dealer give you a membership card in case you got stopped by the police, for you to show it to them and for the police to call the organization and to verify it? No. And what else Mr. Chavez says? Well, Mr. Chavez made it clear that the donation, the cannabis was a voluntary donation over $20. And I'll just verify a little bit more onto that. I had all kinds of members in this organization sign donation slips. Truly could not afford it, and truly they had beyond. Those that truly couldn't afford, they signed the donation slip, zero. Get well, no IOUs, just get well. Hopefully that you could do something for yourself or for the organization. Secondly, other members are all different financially. Some didn't have it, some have plenty. They all got the same, but they all understood what this donations were all about. I formed a bank account to put all these donations into the bank account to start applying for a non-profit papers, to pay for it, to pay for a building, and so on to get the organization operating. That's what these donations were all about, with the deposit in the bank. Also on January 14th of August, the 15th issue, O.C. Weekly newspaper, stating, Santa Ana's greatest raid pot. Good article, check it out. I didn't realize how many clubs that there were in Santa Ana. So again, people kept encouraging me when I got out in 2004 and discharged my number in 2007 to start a club. I kept encouraging them, not ready. Orange County was still behind. While everybody else, LA and everywhere else throughout California, clubs were being honored, cities were honoring the clubs, except for Orange County. They're still rating clubs. But now, the Santa Ana's finally caught up. I'm here now. I'm back. I'm here to apply for a license. This organization deserves a license. We paid our dues. I was up front, above board. I had everything in place to get this organization running. So now that now that you have heard me that I am back, this is up to date. Now I'm going to take a break and present about how you could contact me. Thank you.